Hi gang, this is Ed over in Hawaii. I was just wanted to shoot a quick video for you to kind of introduce myself to you folks and kind of tell you a little bit of reason why I'm involved in this opportunity that we have in front of us. This is a picture of me that I took a few years ago out in Waikiki. And you're probably wondering why, well, I'm in Hawaii. Why am I not there catching a tan and drinking a pina colada or margarita and enjoying the day? Um, I wish it was like that for the majority of the people here, but the facts are it's pretty expensive to live here. I mean, if you're not making six figures over here, you're not living a comfortable life. You know what I'm saying? By comfortable, I don't mean like you're in a mansion or anything. Just to live like a normal human being, or how we should be living. And you know, I guess a little bit about me. I grew up here. I'm born and raised here all my life. And from a very young age, I discovered for myself that working the job, especially here, it wasn't going to cut it. Um, there was a time when I was younger, when I was 13, we were homeless for a year. And it's not fun living in Hawaii being homeless. Or anywhere else, I'm sure. But that had a really big impact on me. And so as I grew older and started doing business, I started doing business around when I was about 24, 25 years old, and saw my first success really at a time when I really needed it. I had just gotten married for about a year or two. I was in my early 30s, and I'd been studying and reading and doing things. I had done several businesses already, but I always kept my mind open to opportunity. And I came up into something, and it was the last thing that you think would work for something that was going to bring in six figures. But because I was open minded at the time, and I had a really strong reason why I needed to get something going and going fast with getting married and going to be starting a family and all that kind of thing. It was interesting. You would think there would be this grand business plan that we set up and all these marketing materials and whatever else that we would need and employees up the yin yang. It was interesting how things kind of came along. I mean, I was open and I had the reasons of why I needed to get something going. But once I kind of started getting in there, with what I learned and the skill sets that I had, I was able to figure out how to make it work. And what I did was basically I figured out a way to pull in like 50 to 80 bucks in about a 4 hour period. And I just simply duplicated that about, four to five times or something like that. That comes out to like about 400 a day. Anyway, my goal was to hit 400 a day. And if I could do that, I knew I would be hitting 100 grand. And which I did. It wasn't like the stars had to align and all these other kind of things had to happen. It was just a matter of I had a very strong reason why to get things done. I was open to opportunity and I used my skill set that I had and applied it to what was going on and I made it work. And so, you know, everything was fine for a while until I started figuring out how I was going to get to the next level. And getting to the next level meant I had to expand. And finding a way to be able to duplicate what I was doing and leverage that was just very difficult. I found it near impossible. And after a while, it became difficult to just sustain what I was doing. And when you're working 7 days a week, and you're doing that year after year after year, it really grinds on you. Now, as a young guy, of course, I could handle that. I'm getting older now, and I'm in a different situation now. I'm a single dad. I have four kids. I got two on the mainland going to school, who I'm very proud of that I love, and I got two over here in Hawaii with me. My youngest is 9, and he's just adorable and a pleasure to have. He's got a mean temper, but he's okay. You know. But my second youngest has autism, and he's about to graduate high school. He's in his senior year, and I find myself just worrying. What's going to happen? One day I'm not going to be here, and I've seen what things are like in the systems and the different things that they have out there with the state and other things like that. And it's just way too easy for the children to not be cared for in the way that I would like. And so one of the reasons why I'm here with this opportunity is because I see this as a way for me to be able to develop something. I really want to put together a nonprofit organization um, for people over here that are living here in Hawaii that are parents like me who have children with disabilities and something going on that they're going to need care. I know my son's going to be with me for as long as I live, and that's fine. I'm I'm okay with that, and I welcome that. But when I leave, I want to make sure that there's people around him that he knows and that they have a connection and a camaraderie and people are there that can care for them properly and try to encourage them and keep them on track to be productive and happy people. And so that's where I'm going. And it's going to take a lot of money to get that done because we're going to be looking at having to buy homes. We're going to have to be looking at hiring people. And of course, I'm going to want the parents of the children and the siblings of the children to be involved in picking, who is going to be working with the children, who are we going to hire to come in and help support them and stuff like that, in addition to family that's still alive. But ultimately, that's my goal to have something that's going to be going far beyond me when I'm gone, and that he's going to be okay. Um, you know, I'm not sure exactly where you folks are at in your life. You might be a younger, man or woman, and you're just starting out in life. I can just tell you that, even though when I was making six figures, it was it was just like a glorified job. I mean, I was making the money, but I didn't have the time. And something that you're going to experience, little things that you're going to experience as a parent, when you hear your baby laugh for the first time, when you hear your kids tell you that you're the greatest dad in the world, just out of nowhere for the first time. There's little things that you don't want to miss it because once that time passes and they're older, it's gone. It's never gonna come back. And so if you're younger and you're looking at that and you're in that situation where you kind of get going and you're thinking, maybe there's a better way, or I need to think about, if there's a plan B. You might be doing really good right now. What happens if you get hurt and you can't do the kind of work that you're doing right now? And if you think that's not going to happen, it happens all the time, and it doesn't even have to be your fault. You know, um, it's just good to have a plan B. It's just smart to be planning when it's not just you and you have your family to be thinking about. You might be somebody in the same kind of situation like I am. You've worked and you're already kind of settled into. You kind of understand what the game is. You're only going to make a certain amount, and that's pretty much it. And unless you're tied into the people who own the company, it's that you're only going to get so far, and sooner or later you're going to top out. And once you get to that point, it's just a matter of time until cost and inflation and everything catches up with you, and you start falling behind. Or you might be looking at, just retirement. It's getting closer to there, or you're already there, and you're starting to find that things just aren't working out. You're going to need more to be able to retire comfortably and try to enjoy the rest of our years. And so I don't know the reason why you're here. And a lot of you are looking at this video and you're thinking, oh boy, here's another guy, and here's another opportunity that the people are kind of putting up to me and stuff, and they're all kind of scammy and all that kind of stuff. All I can say is that when was achieving success, it was because of there were certain things involved. One thing is I had a very strong need to make things happen. Like I didn't have a choice. I had to make it happen. That's what's going to drive you to do what you need to do. Number two, you got to be open minded to see. So I encourage you folks although you might be, come somewhat skeptical and things like that, is to a professional business person is going to take a look. They're going to take a serious look at what's going on before they make a decision of whether something is right or not for them. Okay. And then, next is just you got to kind of get in there. You got to find your niche. You got to have the confidence to know that the tools that you have, you can take it into something, and you'll figure it out. Once you got that thing figured out, um, amazing things can happen. Um, you're looking at me. I'm a high school dropout. They kicked me out, right? You wouldn't think I would be able to do much and anything from there. So if I can put together six figures, we should be able to do it with the right mindset and attitude. Okay. And the rest of it just comes from making a commitment to get it done. Once you got those things in place, I mean, you're setting the foundation to win. And with the people that I'm working with, you know, at this age that I'm at already, I wouldn't be wasting my time doing it if I didn't feel that it was going to be a winner for me and for others. And so I highly encourage you to check everything out. If you folks are hungry and you guys have a need to really get some things going, please take a look at what's happening and connect with me. Let's have a conversation and talk. Let's find out what you need to get done. And if everything looks good, let's put a plan together and start moving forward. All right. Hey, this has been Ed. Hope you folks have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Aloha.